In this video I'm going to show you all the equipment that I use to make my YouTube videos. I'll show you the cameras that I use to record the video, as well as the microphones to capture the audio, and a quick look at the software I use to bring it all together. So this is my bread and butter when it comes to filming. It's the GoPro Hero 11 Black. So the GoPro is what I use to film the majority of my videos. So this is what the footage is like coming directly from the GoPro. The audio you're hearing is also coming from the GoPro as well. GoPro's got amazing video quality and superb stabilization. I'm not the sort of person that goes running, but as you can see, the stabilization is awesome. The GoPro's got 3 microphones built into it. The one at the front is really good, but when you stood behind it, as you can probably hear, the audio isn't quite up to the standard of the main microphone on the front. But to be honest with you, for a long time I've run the channel just having a GoPro. I do go filming quite a lot when it's windy, so I do use a wind slayer on it. This just fits over the top, a bit like a coat, and that pretty much eliminates all of that hissy wind noise that you hear on a lot of videos. So when I'm using the GoPro, I always take this U-rig tripod with me. In fact, I use this and I'm filming with my phone as well. Just unscrew the little orange dial and these legs pop down. You can lock it in place if you want. And this extends to whatever height you want it, and it's a really good platform for the GoPro. You do have to be careful if you're using the phone though, because it does sometimes blow over, and the last thing you want is a broken iPhone. Which brings me to my second bit of filming equipment, which is my iPhone 14 Pro. The image quality from this is superb, and the camera that I use pretty much all the time in low light. Not sure how the software does it, but for such a tiny sensor, the image quality is really good. It's a lot better than the GoPro in low light, but it's not up to DSLR quality. However, I need stuff that's compact. I've been down the route of DSLR cameras and they're just too bulky for me. I don't want to be carrying them up a hill. The macro lens on this is really good as well, so you can get some close-up shots. It's also got cinematic mode if you want that blurry background, which I tend to not bother with, to be honest. I prefer seeing the landscape and not having it blurred. So the next bit of camera equipment I use is the Insta360 X3. This is a really clever bit of kit. Note the selfie stick, just pull it out, press record, then you just put the camera in front of you and walk around. The camera itself is filming everywhere, so up, down, left, right, 360 degrees. And somehow, with the magic of software, it makes the selfie stick disappear. You get some really cool shots. And it's like you've got a mobile film crew that's following you around. Also got a 3-meter long selfie stick for it. So this allows you to get some drone-like footage. So you put the camera up there and it's really clever how it works. You can get quite creative with it, so you could extend the pole out rest it up in a tree, and then you can go walk about and get the camera to track you in the software. And then when I get home, I either reframe the footage using the app on my phone or the desktop studio app. So the last bit of video equipment that I use is my drone. It's the DJI Mini 3 Pro. To be honest with you, I hardly use this, but the drone's great for capturing that wider perspective. I should really use the drone more often, but it always tends to be windy, so I take it and never get to fly it. So the image quality is only half the story when it comes to YouTube videos. So before we move on, I'm going to go all rock and roll and thank Squarespace for sponsoring the video today. I'm sure you know by now that Squarespace are the #1 place to go if you want to have a go at building a website on your own. So building a website has never been easy. You don't need any experience. in web design or coding, all you need to do is choose one of the ready-made templates, upload your own photos and add some text, and with a few little tweaks you can have a website in a couple of hours. The platform's got loads of different features, so it caters for hobbyists, businesses. You can easily set up an e-commerce shop to sell things online, or maybe you want to set up a membership scheme, online courses, or upload your photography portfolio. Simple to track all of the metrics through the analytics, and it's great for capturing email lists and sending out newsletters. So we use our website for selling bobble hats, t-shirts and promoting the YouTube channel. It's been great for us, so I've got no problems in recommending it. And if you want to have a go at building a website yourself, and if you click the link in the description below or head over to squarespace.com/Paul Messner, you'll get a totally free trial, and then when you're ready to go live you'll get 10% off your first purchase. I like my videos to have good audio, so I've got a number of different microphones that I use. Now I don't take all of this gear all of the time. I tend to pick and choose depending on the weather conditions. So if it's hammering it down with rain, I can get away with just the GoPro and this wind slayer, as it's fully waterproof. So for capturing my audio, the thing I use the most is the Tentacle Sync Track E. So this is a audio recorder. It records at 32-bit float, which means that you can record pretty much all sound widths or bands or whatever it's called. So you can't really clip the audio with this. So if you hear a really loud bang, sometimes it clips, where you can recover it using a 32-bit audio recorder. And I've just got a lavalier microphone that comes with it. So what's great about this system is it's all time coded. So it comes with an app where you can sync the time code and then start recording. Now the audio is recording to the Tentacle Sync. So this is where things get really interesting. I've downloaded a custom firmware onto my GoPro. So when it switches on, you will see there, GoPro Labs. So I've downloaded the GoPro Labs firmware. Forgive the wavy lines, but what that allows me to do, see that tick? That means that the GoPro has read this QR code, and now the audio in the GoPro is time coded as well. So I'll be able to sync it up perfectly with the recorded audio on this microphone. That means that I can put the GoPro down I can walk away, I can do what I want, I can have my back to goal, but the audio is going to be perfect, or hopefully perfect, because it's recording from the microphone into the voice recorder. So I could probably go, well, I know I could go, I can go to the other end of the field here and the audio would not be interrupted or broken at all. The timecode also works to within a few frames on the iPhone as well, so no matter what I'm recording on, I can have audio to the Tentacle Sync. So then when I get home, I can dump all of my audio files, all of my video files. I tend to just run this all day. So I'll just press record, leave this running all day. And then all of the video clips will be synced along that audio file when I import it into the Tentacle Studio app. That will give me an XML file which I can import into Premiere Pro, and then all of me video and audio is synced up. So most of my YouTube videos are filmed with the GoPro Hero 11 and the Tentacle Sync Track E. I've actually got two GoPro 11s, so I can have multi-camera angles, and then when it's lower light I'll switch to the iPhone most of the time. So sometimes I just want to use the iPhone, and then for recording the audio on that I have got a couple of items. This is the DJI mic, really good audio quality. It's got dual microphones on it, so it's great for doing interviews and things like that. However, this box is a little bit bulky, so I don't always take this now. So recently I've picked up this little Boya wireless mic system. Let me just switch to the iPhone microphone. So the setup comprises of two clip-on microphones, wireless, and the little receiver. This receiver just pushes into my iPhone lightning port. I switch on one or two microphones if I'm doing like an interview, and I'm good to go. But the really good thing about this system is it just fits into this little pouch that I've got That's a tentacle sync pouch, but you can get little bags like this from places like the Range. So I've got 2 microphones and a receiver that fits in there, so that's always in my pocket. So I've got a full video and camera setup with my phone and just this. I found the audio quality using the Boya to be pretty good, and it was only 40 quid I think for the system, so I'll drop a link in the description below where you can pick one of those up. So the last thing, I've just picked this up. This is the Zoom H1N. I've not done anything in any videos with this yet. I've just been playing with it and testing it. The latest camping video didn't have any talking in it. It just had ambient sounds from birds and things like that. This microphone would have given me a lot more of the ambient sounds really. So I actually filmed the last one with just the GoPro and the GoPro microphone. Well, this hopefully will give me a bit better quality, but time will tell. Notice again, little tripod. I've got boatloads of these sort of things, little tripods and things. Loads of different types of GoPro adapters. I don't take all of this stuff in one go. Usually just iPhone and this little Boya mic nowadays. The GoPro always comes with me, as well as this tentacle sync. Things like the drone and the Insta360, they're nice to have really, and it depends on the filming situation and what the weather's like. So last quick thing to mention is, once I've got all of the footage, all of the audio, all of the video clips, they are brought together in the Tentacle Sync studio, then transferred to Premiere Pro, where I cut everything up and produce the final video. I don't do any fancy color grading or anything like that. I might do the odd little bit of movement in the video. I do look at the audio, so sometimes I do enhance the vocals and the audio, but it's just using the standard filters that's in Premiere Pro. I tend to film everything chronologically, so from walking in to climbing the hill to setting up camp to cooking my tea, all of those kind of things that you see, I film them in that order. It makes it much easier for me to edit. I don't go filming B-roll from at the beginning and then adding that later or anything like that. I just try and keep it all on a good timeline, and it makes it really easy to edit. Another honourable mention is power banks. So I always take 1 or 2 power banks. I think this one's 10,000 milliamp. I take chargers for the iPhone, for the GoPro, all of those things. Take spare wind protectors. I've got a couple of LED lights as well, so they help with the video quality when it comes to filming at night time. And I've got at least half a dozen spare GoPro batteries.